What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful weekend. So it is late Sunday night, and I drank way too much coffee. So I'm up. I'm like, let me get some work done. So I made my first live today. I'm excited about that. And so I wanted to kind of do a separate video for Aces Weekend wrap up because I like this segment and I want it to be consistent as possible. So I'm like, let me go ahead and make a separate Aces Weekend wrap up, a little hodgepodge of pop culture topics. So this week has been a really interesting one. I feel like we've gotten a little bit of a break from all the Diddy stuff because Remy Ma and Papoose have been in the news cycle more so than anyone else in pop culture, with the exception of Luigi Mangione. But I'll get to him in a second. So Remy Ma and Papoose, as you guys know, they were together for forever, right? Even when she went away. But Papoose, he held her down, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, right, relationships, and she sent him away because he was coming up to see her too much. But now Clarissa's training, and hopefully, she has a documentary coming out. So congratulations to that. Papoose has moved on, so has Remy Ma. So I wish them all the health, happiness in the world. I hope that no blood is shed. I hope that everything is copacetic. It's a clean break because the holidays are coming up, right? So, with that being said, I just finished making a video about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we don't know if that's going to be renewed or not. I know Bell Collective is going to be renewed, so I might start tuning in. I really didn't like the way that Cliff, I believe his name, was treating his wife, his younger wife. So that turned me off a little bit, but I do want to support, our Black shows. It's about, women, the Bells in Mississippi, being entrepreneurs and business women. So I might have to put my distaste for Cliff, to the back burner and really support the ladies in the show and start recapping that as well. You guys let me know if you want me to start recapping that. But Love and Marriage Huntsville, I enjoyed this weekend. I do feel like Marquez, I feel like he needs some guidance. I really do. It's one thing to get married in a relationship really young and trying to make your way through it. They were, Marquez and Trisha were high school sweethearts on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she unfortunately had a lot of tragedy that happened in regards to close family members, her parents passing. Um, but he wasn't ready to deal with those things. So he ended up abandoning essentially his wife and his children at a very young age. And so now she is engaged to another man. Marquez is in his feelings. He's not doing as well financially. He hasn't moved on romantically, as far as we know. And so he goes to his kid's graduation party and he's honest. He's like, I'm triggered. So I would love to see Carlos or somebody from, the OWN network production bring back Mr. Francis and really sit down and talk with a lot of the cast members because I feel like they are going through it. Like Marquez and Martell, they are two sides of the same coin, in my opinion. They're both attractive gentlemen, but you can tell they both have not had a lot of responsibility, or they're not able to take accountability for their past actions. Martell in regards to cheating on Melody, Marquez in regards to, abandoning his family. And now they're both dealing with those repercussions of their actions, and they're having a hard time. Um, and listen, it is what it is. People move on. They respond to your apathy, which is basically what it was. Martell stepping out on Melody, having a whole side baby and child on her, disrespecting their marriage and their vows. Unfortunately, the advice that he got from some older gentlemen who had their wives stick with them. And by the way, I mean, a lot of people didn't have, financial access. You weren't even able to have your own bank account as a woman until 1974. That's not that long ago. Although I was listening to some music. I was listening to some music, um, and I was flipping through Twitter, and they had, Brownstone, If You Love Me. They had a lot of songs from like the 90s as vintage. And listen, I'm not super old, but the fact that 1990 was 35 years ago, because granted, 2025 is next month, it had me in my fifis a little bit. Like it hit me in my chest a little bit because I was like, wait. Oh no. Because we really are a quarter of a century into the 21st century. And I'm like, wait a minute. Clearly, the 21st century has somewhere to be. Okay. My girl is on a mission. But anyway, so Love and Marriage Huntsville was good this week. I hope it gets renewed. I really do. And I want to support the Bell Collective. So I might start recapping that. And speaking of the OWN network, Carlos King sat down with Andrea Kelly, and I'm still debating whether or not I should make a video. I might make a recap video in regards to their interview, because it has a lot of people divided on social media. Andrea Kelly is someone who said that she got a lot of vitriol and hatred for leaving her child. She was, married to R. Kelly, and leaving their child with R. Kelly. But she said that, you guys don't know that I went to the police station. I tried, what I could do. They said that she couldn't go get her baby, and that she couldn't go on the property. And if R. Kelly decided to pull a bang bang pow pow on her, he was well within his rights because she would be trespassing. And she said that, you don't know that I took my father, who was a naval officer, and he was crying because we weren't able to legally pick up the child. So, but at the same time, that child said that they were hurt, and she's like, and they had to carry around that pain. Again, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm still going back and forth with it because it was a really heavy interview. I mean, and I know Drea has a lot of unresolved trauma, as only I could imagine. A lot of people were asking, like, why did you stick with someone who was so sick? I don't know, but I hope that she's able to get, healing, not only for her but also for her child, because those things, they can just stick with someone and really affect their psyche throughout their lifetime. So moving on, speaking of psyche, and I forgot to mention this in my live earlier, but Chris Rock, what he did earlier this week was he was making a disparaging joke about Mexican immigrants, and stormed out of a billionaire's party once he realized that he was being recorded. So he was saying how they were gonna now ship the Mexican immigrants off to Mars in Elon Musk spaceship or whatever. That's not even a funny joke. But almost every single time I listen to Chris Rock now, his jokes they not only fall flat, they're cynical. Like there's this bitterness. Like ever since he got a divorce, I feel like he is become someone who is just really bitter and angry. Like as opposed to, Damon Wayans, who he also got a divorce. He also essentially paid his ex-wife, like half his fortune. It was in the multi-millions. But he doesn't seem as bitter. He is, continuously working. He's still making comedy with his son, Daniel Williams Jr. on Papa's House. You guys go check it out. But he is someone who talks about how, if he could do things over, he would not have gotten a divorce. He misses his ex-wife. And I'm not saying you have to miss your ex-spouse, because he does. I mean, he makes light of the situation, but you can tell it really affects him. And when I say light, I mean like he was like throwing darts at the character Wendy Raquel Robinson. I'll talk about Wendy Williams in a second. But it's a light-hearted show. Whereas Chris, he's like punching down at, Mexican immigrants, and he's on SNL talking about the guy who Luigi Mangione did get out of here, the United Healthcare CEO. He said, drug dealers sometimes are unalived. I mean, the game is the game. And, he referred to The Wire, TV show about, Baltimore. Um, I'll say this. I really feel like I really wish that young man, Luigi, would have taken a different route, because not only is his essential life over, but, you know, um, taking somebody's life is never the answer. That man was a father, a husband, a human being. Um, but I do feel like everybody has the breaking point, and it's unfortunate that Luigi felt like he had no other options. I will say that it has caused um, I don't even want to say a ruffle, but it's caused a lot of conversation to occur, and among CEOs, elites, um, a lot of chatter online. People are posting the new memos and emails that they're getting from their bosses about beefing up security. And somebody, though, in working in healthcare, the Blue Cross Blue Shield, how they reverse course, and I heard other insurance companies now are approving claims at record numbers. So I'm not advocating for violence at all, but what I will say is that um, it's definitely had an impact, a very strong impact among the status quo. So, um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this Christmas season. I'm excited about the growth of this channel. Like I said, I'm learning more about YouTube and StreamYard. I'm excited about, interacting more with the public and doing more with the channel, incorporating ebooks. I'm trying to get those out hopefully by this week, and they'll focus on just various topics. Of course, I'll try to keep, the pricing. I'll never post anything more than like $10. Everybody is, I mean, the cost of living is through the roof. So, um, yeah, nothing I post will be over $10. I do want to link my spring store though, and I think those shirts will be around $25. So hopefully, I think that's the market value. I don't want to price things too cheap, because then people won't appreciate them, or they'll kind of give a side eye like, hmm. But as far as like digital products, I think that $10 is a reasonable amount to charge for, like, ebooks talking about health and wellness, and um, just an array of topics I want to start introducing. But yeah, I'm excited to learn about, StreamYard and incorporate more lives. Hopefully do like some lunchtime lives, and just whenever I can fit them in, before next semester gets really busy, because I know I'll be swamped with work. And just, man, I'm like, well, how do people find the time to like scheme and plot and plan and do all these malicious things? Bro, I'm about to, like, after I get done with this, I'm about to get in the shower and get into the bed. And it's already like past midnight. I'm like, how do people have the time? But anyway, I am so glad to be here with you guys. I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If there's any particular topics that you would like me to cover on my lives or in the videos, let me know, or ebooks, let me know. And I will try to get those out to you, hopefully within, if not this week, next week, because I have some projects coming up. But with that being said, I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of your evening if you're not already asleep, like I'm about to be. And please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.